So, gradated sky and green. Most kids can do this, and this is where part of the education comes in. This is where a little practice comes in. As we go into the horizon, colors become a little cooler, a little darker. So I encourage them to take a second shade of green. And I almost have too many choices here. I'd spend half the time trying to pick one. I'm just going to grab this green, and I'm just going to do this. I tell them to watch the arc on their hands so we don't get that kind of rounded landscape. We keep the horizon nice and straight. And I just bring it down like this. Done. Then I talk about the hills. And if we look through at some of the early drawings of these kids, we kind of see hills very, very much rounded. I often compare them to, I don't know what, they're just these mounds like that. Just crazy mounds. And it's pretty consistent right across all of them. The other shaped hill is, of course, the peak mountain, which you get. You get one of two hills. So I want to try and avoid that. So I tell them to grab a purple color, just do this. Stick in something quite distant, quite far. Like so. And then I tell them you can even grab that blue again that you're using for the sky, or perhaps another blue, and we can create even a further hill. This is for kids that have the patience to do this, otherwise one's fine. But this is more along the lines of what you'd see, right? And go back to that purple. I'm just going to darken this up a bit. And this is the other point. Pushing on a variety of ways on the pencil crayon will give you a different effect. So, hills, grass, sky. Now, some of the other requirements were sort of these clouds in the sky. I just want to go back to. I tell them to grab that purple that they used for the hills and just begin a little light shading underneath the clouds. And they can see this outside. They can see this in pictures. I could bring this up on the smart board if I've got one or whatever. But I just ask them to take a look. Keep the clouds nice and white. The art term here is they've used the negative space to draw this cloud. So they've drawn everything else but the cloud. They've drawn the whole sky around the cloud. Now they're actually putting detail in the cloud. So we do a little purple, perhaps grab even a little black, just to create kind of the feeling of something a little more moody. Storm cloud-like. And there we go. Maybe I can go back to my purple again, or even a blue that I've used before. I always try and use the same colors again and again and again to tie things together. Okay, so I've got my sophisticated clouds here. Maybe this one's also a bit of a storm cloud. There we go. Clouds, sky, hill. Now, the other requirement was a house, and this is where everybody loves doing this house. Peak roof, door, window, window. Peak roof, door, window, window. Peak roof, door, window, window. You know what I'm going to say. Obviously avoided the house. Peak roof, door, window, window. And so on. And so even kids in university will do this if they have not had any subsequent art training. So much to their surprise, I grab a nice bright orange or red. Here comes the big house. There you go. House. And let's finish it up. Shadow on the house. Little peaked roof, maybe. There you go. Practice blending with pencil crayons and finding that right happy medium of time spent on the demonstration and also an effective color. So here we go. So I'm shading, just rudimentary shading. Now, I usually stop at this point and I go, is the sky all the same color all the way down? If you look, out the window, the sky is very dark.